Welcome back to the Arstotzkan Automobile, the automation challenge which tasked contestants with making the perfect car for the communist country of Arstotzka in 1970. The needs of the people are many, but there can be only one car, and the budget of the government is little. In the last week, we received 26 cars, and now the Automotive Council must decide which ones are worthy of going on to the finals. But first, to whittle down the numbers, we'll be looking at some of the biggest outliers. In this episode, you'll be seeing the first of the cars to be eliminated from competition. The Denison ADI Iron-Horse is definitely the biggest outlier out of all the vehicles submitted in this whole competition. It's powered by a 3.3-liter 60-degree V8, getting only 15 miles to the gallon, and it's fueled by bad decision making. There are some things I like about this car. It's got a premium interior and sound system. It's the most powerful car here at 118 horsepower. However, it's also completely over budget. Other weird design decisions include front and rear leaf suspension, and a roof scoop and a giant hood scoop. Apparently, it's the product of students at an Arstotzkan University with help from a Western company. So honestly, no wonder why it's awful. This one's going into the crusher to recoup some of the cost of materials. Okay, next up is the BDB Proton. Just pull up real careful, get a good shot. Hey, why'd that happen? Well, I guess we can take that car off of the list. The Arstotzkan Heavy Machinery Company Vulkan is another car with some very unusual design choices. To break character for a moment, this car uses every automation cheese trick in the book. The chassis is a light truck monocoque for a weird compromise between a ladder and monocoque chassis. It's got mechanical fuel injection, a completely unique feature on the range of cars submitted here. It's also, I hate this, in default automation red paint. Unfortunately, all these decisions, notwithstanding the paint, led to it having the least reliability out of all the cars. That's why we photographed it here, on the side of the road, where we left it after it broke down. The next car on the chopping block is the Cominturismo Marshal, apparently the product of a partnership with the Austrian Steyr company. It's all around not too bad a car. It has some well-rounded stats, and impressively, it packs a 2.3-liter 6-cylinder engine with 3 carburetors in the hood under the budget, even though it apparently required a space frame designed to make room. However, there's one stat that lets it down, an off-road score of, get this, 0.6 means that it's just completely not capable of traveling on Arstotzkan roads. This is a product of the McPherson and torsion beam suspension design, and also some way too stiff springs. The Pipi Verta might be good enough to go on to the next round. It has some good and bad points, but the name's filled in incorrectly, and you know how we feel about that in Arstotzka. On the good side, the Verta is a surprisingly small little van, has good drivability, and a fiberglass body lets it get an okay fuel economy of 24 miles to the gallon. It's under 800 kilos, and impressively, it's the cheapest car here, at a final budget of just over $12,000. On the other hand, it has the weirdest suspension design ever, with a front-engine solid axle in the front and a torsion beam in the rear. It also has the worst braking out of any of the cars, at more than 50 meters to stop from 60 miles an hour, plus brake fade. Last of all, and this is definitely not an intentional feature, but these chrome trims stick way too far out. They're like shelves. Makes the whole thing look like a food truck. that's it for the junk pile. With 5 cars down and 21 cars to go, the real competition starts now.